Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 298 on the Leek. I'm John as always, and we're back for more Midnight Hunt. I have thoughts that we'll talk about. We've got a Moonrager Slash here versus like a Kessig Naturalist. I think those are really the only two considerations. Commando's fine, Gale Drifter's fine. But I'm just going to take the Moonrager Slash here. I think it's really good. In some pods, you can wheel them. People are so hilariously down on red, and they shouldn't be. But yeah, this format's not been good, unfortunately. But I think it's still been fine for me. And I think one of the saving graces is I really like the blue-red deck that a lot of people don't like. And I really don't mind the red-green werewolves deck that a lot of people don't like. That said, there does seem to be, as it seems to be usual now, some pretty significant imbalance in the colors. You've seen the tweets, you've heard the podcasts, I'm sure. You're supposed to draft blue-black zombies or blue-white disturb. And if you don't do those, you're doing it wrong. So I'm going to do it wrong and take a Moonrager Slash here and follow it up with a Vadric, another Moonrager Slash here. But I mean, if I can get into blue-red spells, I will get in as much as humanly possible. I love the deck. I think a lot of people don't know how to play it and don't know how to draft it. And so I think we can do pretty good. Last night at the Sweatsuit Invitational, or I guess 2 nights ago, to not ruin the illusion that I'm recording this on Friday, not Saturday, I went black-red zombies. Same thing. We had one person definitely forcing blue-black with questionable choices, and 2 people who kind of fell into it pretty quickly, which meant that red was wide open. I was the literal only red drafter, and there were no black-red drafters. This card's garbage, as we discovered, but I got all the amazing pieces for a black-red vampires deck. I shouldn't have had the deck. It was that good, and I only lost to Hunter in the pod finals due to him having 2 rare wraths. But yeah, we got another Moonrager Slash here. If I can wheel that other one, we're just made. There's a Locked in the Cemetery, which I definitely want in these blue-red decks. There's a Castaway, which is fine in these blue-red decks. Harvesttide Infiltrator is not really what I'm looking for, but I'll just take another Slash here. And I mean, if we've got 2 Slashes and maybe 1 wheeling, I'm going to take this Flame Channeler for sure. We absolutely require an Electric Revelation. This card is what makes the deck work. Geistwave is also a card I would want. Famished Foragers, also a card that I would want 1 or so of. But we're already on the way towards Burnin', so we may as well take a Flame Channeler here. Okay, so here we start to get the signal that there's the chance that green's open with a Death Bonnet Sprout. This card's good. If you're trying to play the red-green werewolves deck, this Bounding Wolf is very important. You need to play them, because what you need to do in the red-green werewolf deck is pass the turn to make it night, but not take the turn cycle off, because that's the issue with this format. Taking 1 turn off due to mana screw, due to mana flood, due to whatever, typically is the end of every game. There's no coming back. So that's what you need the Bounding Wolf here. So I could take this Death Bonnet Sprout if I think there's a chance of getting into green. I could also just take this Silverbolt or this Dread Knight. I might actually just stake my claim in red and see if I get punished. The green cards here aren't bad, so I'm mildly punished. The blue cards are kind of bad. I would put a Startle in a blue-red deck here, because it is a card that the, well, I guess the blue-black decks don't mind a Startle. So yeah, if I had taken that Sprout, I would be taking a Sentry or a Farmer here. I'm not sure which, but I'm going to take the Startle, stick on the course for now. Well, no, I'm going to take the Blood Thief, because if Vampires is open, this card is great. I just don't expect black to be terribly open. Yeah, literal no black cards here. As I said, Locked is what I want. Our plan is to throw away a bunch of stuff with Organ Hoarders and Electric Revelations and whatnot. So we're going to be casting spells early and frequently, so we're going to have 5 cards. So this is just pretty hard removal. I would put a Devious Cover Up. I would prefer Flip the Switches. Again, green, a little bit open with the Shadow Beast setting here, but I would rather just take this Locked in the Cemetery. And then we get an 8th pick Thermo Alchemist, and congrats, to me, because I'm a genius. Get out of here, Blood Thief. So yeah, 7th pick, Thermo Alchemist. This archetype's wide open. We should get everything we've ever wanted and more. Unfortunately, nothing we want here. We could take a Harrier as filler, but that's about it. This card is not for anybody except for the Black-Red Vampire player. This card is not for anybody. Period. Did I take the Blood Thief? I did. So I guess realistically, we take the Ambusher just in case we're not actually blue-red, but we're blue-red. We have another locked. I would play an Unblinking Observer. They're not vital, but they do help you sometimes not stumble too much, which, as I said, is the end of you in this format. But I'll take the Cemetery. I am confident we can get one of these later if we do end up wanting one. And let's get rid of that stupid Ambusher. Super Late Evolving Wilds is perfect. I've splashed black in these a lot. Siphon Insight specifically. I've had 2 double Smoldering Egg decks splashing Siphon Insight, which is a large number of very specific rares for me to have had twice. Electric Revelation Wheeling and the Geist Wave, absolutely perfect. We're not going to play a Larder Zombie. We will not play that, almost guaranteed. So here we get the old 2021 Magic special of being in an archetype and the deck having virtually nothing that we want. It's between the Geist Wave or the Evolving Wilds for me. I do not like the Celestis. I did play it in one of those decks where I splashed black, so it's not horrendous, but we're not splashing yet. But I guess we're also not losing anything, because this Geist Wave theoretically should come back around, as we just saw. This Evolving Wilds should come back around, as we just saw. So I guess we're not losing anything by taking the Celestis. I'm not splashing any of these cards. So yeah, let's take the Celestis, see where it goes. It'll help us splash if we want to. Again, we're getting boned by Pack Collation. Maybe it's a combination of Pack Collation and extreme focus on synergy these days. Because, you know, there are 2 red cards here. They're just exceptionally not what my deck wants. And there's 1 blue card, and it's what I'm going to pick, but it's not what I want. Whereas, you know, a Black-Red Vampires deck actually does want this card. And a Red-Green Werewolves deck, and any red deck that's attacking wants this card. Yeah, maybe it's a combination. Maybe it's a combination. And that's what's feeling so weird. As we move into sets that are definitely much more, here's the deck you're allowed to draft for this color. Here's the deck that you're allowed to draft for this color. Don't take cards for other decks. We get a Revenge of the Drowned, which is a very good card. Does exactly what I want. I would splash a Defenestrate. That's about it. Don't want that. Don't want that. You might think you want this in the blue-red spells deck. You don't. If you're playing this, something went a little bit wrong. But let's take that Revenge of the Drowned. Well, there's an uncommon payoff. Hilariously, this is still below Thermo Alchemist. This is below Seize the Spoils. This is below Spellrune Painter. There are many other payoffs I want than this one, which does appear to be like the star. But I'm still taking it. It's still good, and it still is what I want to put in this deck. There are just better cards that I would prefer over it. Again, don't play that, and don't play that. What I want is my egg. I always get eggs. I saw someone, might have been Ryan, saying, don't put this in your blue-red spells deck. I think that's incredibly wrong. I think that's incredibly wrong. There's stuff you want to buy back. You don't want to go nuts on these because they are 4-mana 2/1s that maybe don't draw you a card, but they probably should. But I think you want one of these in your decks. I don't need a 3rd locked just yet. I could take a Bait Angler over it, and I wouldn't necessarily hate that. Especially since these probably wheel. So we will take the Bait Hook Angler over it just because I do think I'll get it back. But I do want one in this deck so far. Well, there's the Flip the Switch that I wanted. Don't want that. Again, I'm not going to miss one of these. I don't want that. There's nothing else here for me. These? Please work. Thank you. If that happens, never click away from the card. You can never select it ever again. Arena. is a 4-year-old program that is no longer in beta. Yeah, so I do think I want one of these famished foragers. It's just really nice to have the loot, or the not loot, you know what I mean, the rummage. So we've got another electric revelation, which I think I'll take over the third locked. I guess we're going to get a third locked if we want to think about one at some point. Nothing here, so we'll take the gaze. Nothing here. Is everybody off blue-black all of a sudden? Because you want that card. Yeah, we're not going to have to play a Festival Crasher. It's not going to be a thing. All right, so we didn't quite get that much in that pack, which confuses me. Perhaps they're on blue-red for some reason. But we should be fine going into pack 3 based on what we got in pack 1. Nobody's on blue-black. The Hive Mind of Arena. Definitely one of the prime examples of things that have made me frustrated in the past couple of years. Makes for drafts that are really wonky. All right, pack 3. Let's fire this deck up a little bit. No, I guess that's also fair. Once again, not what I want in the deck. 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 4 cards, our colors. Nothing to do with our deck. I think I might have hit on something on the synergy being one of the reasons that packs feel so dead so much. We're not going to touch a stuffed bear. We're not going to touch a Mystic Skull. We're still not. Whatchamadoodling. We've only got 6 instants. We need to bring that up. But I guess we're on a Harvest-Tide Infiltrator? So this is Spell from Graveyard. Yeah, that's not good enough. Okay, we got past a Bloodthirsty Adversary. That's a bit better. Again, we still need spells. So this is what? It's a 2/2 for 2 haste. Cool. Probably we'll kick it once. It gets a counter, and then we get to pick a cheap instant or sorcery and cast it for free. Pretty good. Pretty good. There's also nothing else here that I want outside of maybe a Secret to the Key. But I do really need to get instants and sorceries here. And we're just getting crud. I think we're going to take a consider. Yeah. We could splash a foul play, but I don't want to splash a foul play. So let's take a consider. Cool. We're getting what I would refer to as hyperboned. Hyperboned. We got an 8th pick Thermo Alchemist. We got a really late Storm Skrelix. What the hell? What the actual hell? I don't think we're getting cut. We've just seen so many packs that are just like, here's cards in your colors that are literally not for you. This is a ludicrously good creature. I guess we're looking to be a pretty creature-y deck. It's not where I meant to be. We're not going to be playing this Celestis. I guess, like, this person took... Okay. Yeah, we weren't getting cut. It's just the packs were stupid. But I am guessing that this person took that lightning bolt and was like, haha, I'm blue-red spells. And maybe they opened a really good blue-red spell. I would want this Burn the Accursed too, but we obviously have to take the really good payoff right here. And now I just want more instants and sorceries. I don't want an Immolation. I don't want a Festival Crasher. I don't really want that Falcon Abomination. We're just not doing anything with it. I want the Devious Cover-Up. I've gotten some flack on stream for passing this when I'm in a blue-red spells deck. It's just a Windrake. Like, I'm not sacking the zombie to anything. So we got the Ardent Elementalist back. Do we have to play it? Do we want to play it? Over the Harvest-Tide Infiltrator? I don't hate that. Well, I might hate that. Is there a better 4-drop that I could pull out? Dread Knight. We're not playing Dread Knight. So let's bring that in. And then we can bring back the whatever we took out. Harvest-Tide Infiltrator. We could grab raise the effigy for the sideboard, I guess. But we are really going to limp into the end here. Really going to limp into the end. We might need to play the Stolen Vitality. Yeah, something was weird with this pod. Something was weird. I don't know. Magic is Magic's in a weird space, I think, design-wise. I don't think they're designing for limited anymore, and it kind of shows. So we want to cut probably a creature. What's our worst creature? Is it just the Elementalist? What are we buying back? Seize the Storm wouldn't be awful if we buy it back pre-flashback. Revenge wouldn't be awful. Devious Cover-Up becomes a known quantity, same with Flip the Switch, but that's still fine. Electric Revelation, probably not taking the time to buy that back. We could just flash it back. Buying this back is nice. But yeah, honestly, we're not buying that much back, so I think we can cut the Elementalist. Putting us at 61.48, that sounds... Definitely want to make sure I have my red early. So let's go 9-7, so 10-8. All right, let's go with that. It's not a perfect blue-red spells deck, but it looks fine. Looks fine enough to me. So let's hope the mana cooperates, because that is how you lose in this format. Very quickly. We'll keep. Depending on what they do, we might just jam this Bloodthirsty Adversary. Ecstatic Awakener, you got it. Ow. Yeah, sure. Let's race. Let's race. Turn that down in case that's coming through the microphone as well. So we've got a Revenge of the Drowned to reset their Ecstatic Awakener here, which shouldn't be too bad. And for 1, you got it. Let's drop the Collector. Let's force this trade if they want. I don't think they should. But again, once again, we're hoping on that 4th land. If we miss it, this will probably be the turn in which we lose the entire game. The first time you miss a turn, it's game over in this format. And that is piss poor design. I'll take 6. I'll tap that down. Untap it? No. Hey, we missed a land, we lose. Cool. Fun times. Hooray. Very well designed. Magical set. We're going to Electric Revelation, pitching the Foragers, finding a land that doesn't do much for us and passing the turn. Miss a turn, you lose. So you want the pro strats for this format, don't miss a turn. Just don't. You can't afford it. It's because every frickin' card does stuff. Every card does stuff to an unreasonable amount. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. We lost because you missed a turn. Fun times. Well-designed Magic set. A++. Greatest of all time for sure. I'm lying. It's a very bad set. There's some fun gameplay stuff when you don't miss a turn, but if you miss a turn, it's just awful. Unplayable trash. Like, we're going to chump here. We're going to take 3, go to 7. And then we're, what, going to play a creature and go to 4. I guess I should have played Skrillex, but I'm going to say it doesn't matter because this is going to get countered. Cool. What a trash experience. Absolute trash experience. Let's go back in and attempt to not have a trash experience, which is beyond our control. You'll notice the colors, of course, that our opponent is playing. But hey, on the upside, there's 6 weeks till the next set review. Maybe 7 weeks to the next set review. I think. I don't even know. Who can even remotely follow Magic the Gathering anymore? Crimson Vow release date. Especially when every friggin' set has like 5 different release dates. November 11th. We're going to play first. Yeah, that should be a good keep. Yeah, so 6 weeks to the next set review. 7 weeks until we're playing the next set. Larder Zombie, I will consider. Flip the switch on top. Yeah, I can draw that. No point in playing that adversary with a larger zombie up. So we're just going to pass the turn, hold up, flip, and slash. I'll flip a lot of things that might come down here. And I might shoot that zombie. Falcon Abomination? Yeah, we'll flip that. Easy flip. This doesn't have flash, right? It does not, so I'm not going to get a counter spell back. But I could get slash back. Yeah, I'm going to shoot the zombie. Shoot the zombie, get in for 2. So next turn, for 5 mana, we can play the adversary, give it a counter, cast the slash, shoot whatever we're going to shoot, and get in for 3. That sounds not too bad to me. So this comes in, and we auto pay, and we flash this back, and we shoot that, and we come in for 3. And now, it's the opposite. So if you think the solution to not stumbling is to play more lands, we're facing down what's going to happen when you draw too many lands, possibly. So we're going to drop the wilds. Go get ourselves an Aland. Drop a Storm Skrillex. And we're going to pass the turn. And we're going to hold this land for Electric Revelation or Famished Forager or whatever. You'll notice they have now missed 2 turns. So we've got a Flame Channeler. They've got their Devious Cover-Up. Have at it. Have at it. This Channeler was not really doing that much. Have at it. It's your only chance to counter. I'm not casting anything else this turn. Yep, they've got devious cover up. They're looking at their graveyard. Sure, you got it. You got it. In for 2. Take him to 13. So this at some point represents 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the air. So they've only got a couple of turns. If we flood out, we're in trouble. And if we hit stuff, we're probably not. Blood Pact helps me out quite a bit. Thank you very much. Times. In for 2. Puts them pretty close to lethal now. Fading Hope, sold. Back again. Let's drop the mountain so that we do have this Stolen Vitality up just in case they come in. Because first strike will make that Death Touch look like a joke. Bait Hook Angler, you got it. But once again, we need to not draw any more lands. No more. 0 more. Flawless. In for 2. There's 7 lands left in the deck. Deck's less than a third lands. Blood Pact helps me out a lot. They are now dead to my flyer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, they're exactly dead to my flyer. I'd be shocked if they don't get a flying blocker, though, or something. I'm assuming they're sacrificing something to eat and alive here. Oh, cool. That works. So now they explicitly have to have Fading Hope, and they don't have that. They're dead. All right. Barely hung on there. Barely hung on, but again, what did we see? We saw our opponent miss a couple of turns early. And that was the end. Deck tried to kill us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 lands. Back in. Back on in. But yeah, this is, in case anybody is like, well, how can you know the format? It's only been out for 7 days. This is my 28th draft, including the 2 sweatsuits. So I think I know what I'm talking about. I've seen a lot of hate for this format already. Interestingly, I think one of the reasons that I might not hate it as much as a lot of people I've seen is because I've felt this way all year, whereas a lot of people haven't felt this way all year. This works if we find a land, so let's find a land. Like, you can't mull this hand. I don't care how awful this format is, you can't mulligan this land, or this hand. Like, if you had to mulligan this hand, this format should never have been published. Like, just flat out should never, ever have existed. The old pre-combat sack. I like it. This is a jump. Okay. So can't kill the demon. But we can drop a Vadrak, start the day-night going. See where we go from there. Gonna have to take some damage. But yeah, if you want more insight into it, the issue is not the mana system existing. Technically, I mean, we could talk to death about the flaws of the mana system. I think it's a very flawed, dated system from 30 years ago. But the game sets were always designed around the mana system. People are going to stumble. So let's not make things so ridiculously powerful that a single turn is the end of everything. They've given up on that. Every card does at least one thing. Some do 2. Some do 3. Some do 7 different things. And that just ends up in a situation where you can't not do something on your turn. Doing nothing does not mean that your opponent has a vanilla 2/2. Doing nothing means that your opponent has a 2/1 that when it dies, if you finally find removal, goes to the graveyard and comes back as a 2/1 when you pay another 2 mana and triggers your ominous roosts and yada, 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 yada. So we could pass tonight, which would put that slash down to a single mana. It would put Vadrak up. It would keep Stolen Vitality on. So this should technically be a very good turn for us to go to Night. Now, this is the important thing for the red-green deck especially, but also the blue-red deck. You don't want to not do something in a turn cycle. We are going to counter spells, kill things, surprise first strike. We're going to do a billion different things here. It's not on our turn, but it's still going to heavily work. So we're going to block. They do have something, unfortunately, but we're going to have to see what it is. So up first is +3/+1 first strike. So what's your solution to that? Geistwave is not enough because you don't have 4 mana now. So I'm going to counter that Geistwave. Blood Pact yourself? Perfect. Do I want to slash the Drifter as well? Also, it's going to flip back. So Vadrak's going to get another counter. So no, I don't want to slash the Drifter. I kind of want to slash their face. Because that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We could take them to 8. God. 6, because they're going to lose 2 life. Damn, that's tempting. I'm going to do it. 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 Four, because we have a zombie to come in. So, Bloodthirsty Adversary. Pay the mana. I guess either one works, but we'll go with slash. Slash their face. Drop them to 6, 4. I can math. I can math. I can math with the best of them. Zambi, sure. Abomination, sure. All right. Well, we need, once again, to not flood out. So attacks here would be, they put zombie in front of Vadrak, they put both in front of adversary. They're left with a drifter. 2 zombies. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. Worst case scenario, we can force a draw off the Sage next turn by putting it to Night, because they're not going to be attacking me in with their flyers. We do have to dodge a devious cover-up now, but, well, not at the moment. We don't. Throwing away 2 lands, pretty good. Pretty good. There's no way you're attacking me. You are attacking me, wow. So, I mean, they're at 2. They're at 2 with that attack. They're at 2 with that attack, and I could drop a Famished Foragers. And Rummage. So what would the blocks be? It would be Death Touch on Vadrik, and it would be Hoarder on Adversary, and they would take 2, go to 2. We have another Slash in the deck. Yeah, let's do it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All according to plan. All according to plan. Foragers will get our discount. I do not want to use the blue source. Thank ya. We'll get our discount. We'll spend our discount on throwing away this land. Well, will we? No. We'll just play an angler, because then that forces them to play a creature. And then we can just rummage next turn. Oh, god damn it. I hate having so many hands and stuff. Like, Arena, it's real helpful, thanks. But I operate based on art, and I saw the bait hook angler art, and I was thinking we had a 2-1 on the ground. But we don't have a 2-1 on the ground. We have a 1-2 in the air. Still okay, but frustrating. More Corrupt Behemoth, sure. So, we got to find a solution pretty quick. That's what our foragers are for. That's what passing the turn and drawing off of Sage is for. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, no land. A Consider, eh? Let's get the flip and get a card draw. Because then it'll also be night, which could potentially give us the option of a slash off the top. Revelation could help us find that slash. I think we have to take 7 off of this behemoth here. Well, actually, they probably can't attack me. Depends on what they have in hand. This one's going to come down to the wire. In with your zombie. What are you telling me? You got a blade brand or something? What's the dealio here? Block? You got a cutthroat, dude? What you got going on? But yeah, just an example of how problematic this format is. This creature is a creature with another creature when it dies. This creature is a creature that comes in with a creature when it comes into play. This creature is fine, whatever. This creature is a creature that draws a card or more. This creature is a creature that creates a creature when it dies. This creature is a creature that turns into a better creature and draws a card. In my day, creatures had a power and toughness. They're going to mill 3, nothing. They are off Devious Cover-Up, which is nice. So, slash, please. Thank you. Don't go in the graveyard. Did they cast 2 cards this turn? I don't think so. So, hey, opponent. Would you like to die? Good game. Good game. That game felt good. The other 2 felt Midnight Hunty. On to match 2. On to match 2. But while I have played a lot of drafts in this in the first week, I typically do that until I reach my sort of feel of the format, know all the cards, know a lot of the interactions. And now we move into the playing rarely if it's not for creating content. If the format is truly bad, we do what happens with AFR and Strixhaven and Kaldheim, where I stop playing the format entirely unless it's for content. This hand should be very good. We've got Alchemist on 2 probably, maybe Angler. We'll have to see what happens there. Electric Revelation to turn like our 4th land into some stuff. That's kind of what this deck wants to do. No 1-drop, I like it. Forest, I'll know. Oh, black-white, interesting. As much as people say you have to be the Esper colors, I don't see a lot of people pushing black-white. I see people pushing blue-white and blue-black. And some people just pushing full-on Esper. But I don't see a lot of people pushing black-white. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pass the turn. Because we've got a lot of options. We can ping Electric Revelation, ping, which is probably what I'm going to do. We could ping, consider, see what we draw, ping, maybe ping again. We got options. And again, I'm not losing a turn cycle here by doing nothing that turn. Covert Cut Purse without value. That should be good for us. So we're going to go ping, we're going to go Revelation, pitching one of these islands. And we're going to go ping again. We're going to drop a mountain, and we're going to draw probably the Sage. Yeah, we're going to drop the Sage. So that gives us a ping, and then the following turn, full value Search Party Captain, sure thing. No attacks. Let's go for the ping. So we're going to go Island. We're not going to drop the Adversary. And I don't think we're going to drop the Hook. I think we're going to go to Knight, draw a card, holding up Revelation, Consider, ping, ping, ping. That sounds not too bad to me. And again, passing the turn, but we're going to be doing stuff on our turn cycle. Shady Traveler is fine, because we can always lock that, and it's going to be on, I believe. Yeah, it'll be on. So I highly doubt they'll be attacking me here. And even if they were, I wouldn't block. So we're going to pop them. We're going to Electric Revelation, pitching the Mountain. Cool. We're going to ping them. We're going to consider. We are going to draw that because we're going to need it. So that's still only 3 things in the yard? Huh, I thought I had more. And ping them again. All right. So now what we can do is we can ping them so they lose life, play the Foragers and get full full rebate on it. So we're back up to 5 mana. And then we don't quite want to lock that yet because we're also going to flip it back to day here. So I think we're just going to go Component Collector and Bait Hook Angler because we've got 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we'll go Component Collector, Bait Hook Angler. We're going to flip it back to day, so we're going to draw a card. We're going to turn off that Scaradude, and we're just going to tap a Scaradude down anyways. And now it's tapped down for the Locked in the Cemetery. And they give up. We did more stuff. If you are not doing more stuff, you lose. End of story. Do more stuff. Which is, of course, a very cute thing to say, and I'm sure the pros will come out next week, because they're always a week behind me, and they'll say, you need to do stuff in this format. You don't get to choose to do stuff, right? It's pretty damn random what you have in hand and what's on top of your deck. That's why it always rubs me the wrong way when people are like, "Oh, this card's fine. It dies to removal." It's utterly random if you have removal at the right moment or not. This is fine. It could be better. It's not as amazing as our last hand, but it'll work. We'll consider on their turn. I do want to find like a 2-drop here or something, because we do need to do something. Ugh. It's a good card, but I think this might be one of the examples of what you have to do in this format. We currently can't cast it. Theoretically, we should. And we really want to be doing something on 2, or at worst 3. So I think I bin that. Find a land. And we've got an Electric Revelation, so that's probably what we're going to be doing on 3, barring a very scary X3 here. No scary X3 is good to see, so it's time to start the electric Revelation. They're going to pass. They were black-white, right? Okay. I'm pretty sure they were black-white. Feel mildly confident in saying they were black-white. We'll get our other island here. We'll pass the turn, and we will flip the switch virtually anything they play. They play nothing. They got me. I'll slash their face. So they didn't have a counterspell. Presumably they still will not have a counterspell, so let's try this. Hooray. I think they're I think they're Esper, and I think they have not hit one of their primary colors. Nice. Good old cycle. So that was 2 draws. Did you find your planes? You did. Well done. All right. So now the game gets briefly interesting here. This card is bad. It is absolutely bad. Okay. There's a lot of stuff we can do. 1, 2, 3. So this would make a 4/4 at the moment. There's a lot of stuff we could do. I want to hold up 2 mana for the flip the switch. So I've got 3 mana to spend. So I think I want to go Flame Channeler. I want to attempt to come into combat here. If they have a bounce spell, I flip the switch. The bounce spell, I think. I want to spend this mana. I'm not going to get got by a bounce spell. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Defenestrate? Yeah, Flame Channeler is not doing anything. You got it. You got it. I will take 1. Almost definitely counter whatever this is, especially if it's a search party captain. I will not counter that. I don't care. Counter that, though. Boy, howdy will I. Boy, howdy will I. All right. So, we are going to play this land. We are going to seize the storm. And then I don't get my famished foragers. So we would have 5 mana left over after this foragers, which would be a Firmament Sage. It's not awful. That's not awful. Let's get in for 4. Drop the foragers. Make sure we hold up a red. Thank you. Get the discount. Drop the sage. Pass the turn. holding up a vitality that I can't imagine we in any way, shape, or form need. And what's our C's at now? 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be 5 5s that it makes right now. Congrats, you gain 4 life. Don't spend it all in one place. Celestia Sanctifier, you gain 2 more life. Again, don't spend it all in one place. Because you ain't attacking me. So Locked in the Cemetery is online. I don't terribly fear any of those things at the moment. So we are going to... I think we're pitching the Seize the Storm, or the, not the Seize the Storm. We're pitching the Stolen Vitality. Stolen Vitality could be a really good gotcha here, though. Yeah, no, I'm going to pitch the Locked in the Cemetery. So we get that boost. Okay, and we found the other Locked in the Cemetery. Cool. And we're going to go in for 8. And I want to see what the blocks are here. Because if they just put one of the 3s in, they're going to put both in. Perfect. So we'll kill them both. And do a bunch of damage. And then we will drop this land. Do we have 2 electric whatchamadoodles? Let me check my deck. We do have 2 Electro whatchamadoodles. I don't need to drop this land. Yeah, just pass the turn. So Seize the Storm now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be a 6/6 that we get, and then it's just gonna keep on growing. Sure. I fully understand that you have your cut purse in hand. I'm not blocking. Not in a million years. I'll take 3. I'll take 2. Ow, ow. Play your cut purse, cutthroat, whatever. Crawl from the cellar, back that. Oh, that's kind of cute. Doesn't really matter. That's why I kept this mountain. We'll lock that down because I would like to keep attacking. And we'll pop down this. And it's time for us to come on and slam. You got it. So that big old trampoly dude should be decent for us. What else can they crawl from the cellar? Anything that I care about? Not really. Luminous Phantom, you got it. Gain a life up to 9. Search Party Captain, draw a card. Sounds good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't even kill the elemental. Can't even kill it. They've got an Eaten Alive in hand? I guess that would kill it. Yeah. Eaten Alive. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. And then they can buy back that friggin' Blood Ties Collector again. Pretty good recursion here, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. We are vaguely in Don't Flood Out point, but... Ouch. Don't Flood Out point. Let's get in for 4. Nice jump. I like it. And we'll just hang on to these lands. Four, so they can't play Blood Tithe Collect. They can't crawl and Blood Tithe Collector here. They've only got 4 for blocking. They definitely don't want to make it night and give me an extra draw. Shady Traveler is fine. Gain a life. 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, okay. They found some blockers. Now, if they're smart, they'll exile an instant or sorcery from my graveyard. They're smart. They're smart. Magic the Gathering, folks. Magic the Gathering. Dated game. 30 years old. Could use some updates. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 4 lands left in our 14 card deck. That's somewhere around 25%. Probably should have come in for 2 there. I was just like, I was wanting to hold back slightly. All right, so what are they doing? That's 5. I'm gonna get Cathar's back. That's fair. Cathar's gain a couple of life, go back up to 15. Sure. Oh, they can't even cast it. All right. So yeah, we're gonna fly in for 2. So I could make that a surprise 6/6, but they just have really good blocks for it. So in for 2, as that is all. And then they'll gain their 2 back, and that's fine. Ow, my back hurts. Cathars gain a couple of life. So you got what, a Blade Brand? Block, block. Show me your Blade Brand. No Blade Brand? Do they have the Cutthroat thing again? Oh, they just wanted their search party captain. That's fair. That's fair. All right, so they're flipping it back to day now here. And I think I might need to shoot that Cathar to stay alive here. All right, so we're going to draw a couple of cards. Get a Werewolf and an Electric Revelation. Perfect. So, I think, opponent, you're in a variety of trouble. Nice jump. All right, let's find out how much damage we can do here. Because currently we're doing a lot. So we're doing 7, 8, 9. We're doing 9 right now, depending on what this Electric Revelation draws us. So it's Electric Revelation, pitch a mountain. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. Down to 4. Let's drop this fella. And... oh, did I have the mana to kill them? Am I just bad? I might be bad. But I think we're fine. Because I could have flashbacked that Electric Revelation for another 3. They would have been at 1. And we might have found something. I think we're still good. I think we're still good. This is going to be a longer video. We're still just on match 2 here. Suspicious Stowaway. Well, that's a freaking good card. A little bit late in the game for it, but that's a freaking good card. Okay, this should put them away. Let's make sure we have all the mana available. Let's go in, to encourage them to put the 3/4 in front of the 3/2. Good block. Oh, they're not going to go for it. So they're currently taking 1. But that Revenge of the Drowned is going to have something to say. Actually, they're taking 3 here right now. Okay, you're taking 4 or 5. Okay, you're taking 3 still. This Revenge of the Drowned should do it with our trample, because we just Revenge of the Drowned the Crossroads Guide. Okay. All right, so first up, Revenge of the Drowned this. So that's 4, so that's 3. They're dead right now. And they agree. Oof. Do you see why I like the blue-red spells deck? And why I desperately hope that people keep thinking it's bad? Because it ain't bad. If you think it's bad, you're bad. I love that there's some amount of people who hear that and are like, wow, Mana Leak's a dick. People are hilarious. Take things very literally. 41 card deck, cool. Ooh, also, I didn't realize the time. And if we don't go fast, this is going to become an Uber Eats shopping video. In fact, let's briefly become distracted while I load up Uber Eats on the other monitor. Black, white again, eh? Novice Occultist, you got it. I won't necessarily attack into that. We'll drop some werewolves and suddenly become a werewolf deck. So, YouTube folks, what should I have for supper? Should I have poutine? Cathar Commando. You got all these here good blockers. Why are you doing that? You don't need to have good blockers. Shawarma. Kind of feeling like a good fried chicken sandwich. Alright, I think we're just going to flip it to night here. Hold up Revenge of the Drowned still in Vitality. And I mean, our werewolves just got swole, so I feel pretty okay. Oh no! Anyway. This is what? +2/+0 for everything, or +1/+0 to itself, and first strike, nifty. Alright. Come on and slam, and let's massively upset their plans. Let's massively upset their plans. Take 13. $11? I don't know. Math. Math is hard. Math is hard when I'm hungry. Ow, ow. Yeah, they've given up. They've given up. Boop, boop. Ooh, burritos, though. Bibimbap? Man, there's options for food, and I am starving. feel like it's a cop-out to get a fried chicken sandwich. I get those regularly. This is the content you subscribe for. I know it is. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I could show you, while we're waiting for our opponent, all of the delicious food options in London, Ontario here. Bird Box, great fried chicken sandwiches. Shelby's, great shawarma. Hey! Whoa! I'm glad that worked the way that it was supposed to. Also, our opponent's about to rage quit here. I clicked once, and I don't even think I clicked on the keep or mulligan button. Have to go back and watch the video on that. But it kept, and that's good. Whoa, I'm impressed. They didn't rage quit on the Multi 4. That must be a really good freaking 4. Am I dead? Well, we're going to hold up this flip the switch and electric revelation, and it might put a nail all the way up in the coffin. No 2-drop is a pretty big nail. All the Uber Eats pictures look so good. They make the food look so good. That's the trick. That's how they get you. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to counter a ham sandwich at this point. Sure. Didn't need that flip the switch anyway. Get in for 4, drop this Vadric. They won't miss the turn at least, because they can, at the very least, play this to make it not be night. But then I get to make it night on demand. And I will, because we'll have a revenge and a revelation up. Yeah, they're just going to make it not night. Good call. Good call, good call, good call. Yeah, we're going to come in for 3, and we're going to make it night. I'm going to hold that land back because I want to pitch that land. And boy, howdy, are my spells cheap now. My spells are so cheap. Oh, ever play 1 mana for a divination? Morning Patrol? I don't think I have any counter spells left, but let's take a look. All right. All right, all right, all right. We'll bounce that because we just want to keep getting damage in here. Well, no, we have 5. We can get 5 cards in the graveyard, so we won't bother bouncing it. And this will flip it back to day for us as well. So yeah, so we will play a land. We will get another card into the graveyard. And then we will lock this down, which saves our bounce and turns it into night, or day, getting us another counter on Vadric, turning this into a single mana. I miscounted. I forgot that the Electric Revelation that I cast was going to go to exile. Not much I can do about that, eh? So we may as well Electric Revelation again, pitching this Locked in the Cemetery. Yeah, that was a pretty big mistake on my part. The counting got me. The hunger got me. In for 2, you got it. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We've got a Famished Foragers and a Bait Hook Angler, is what we got. Yeah, I don't think there was a great way of forcing that to be tapped down. So bouncing was probably better if I remembered how that worked. Oh, wow. They actually got full value off of this card that you should never in a million years play. Do not catch me. Do not let me catch you playing that card. Okay. You are component collector. We'll tap it down. So we're going to come in for 1. Pass the turn. Next turn, we pass the turn. We tap it down. It stays tapped down. We did it. No. I'll bounce this to my hand if you don't mind. Or not to hand, sorry, to top of library, because I would like to draw it again. But we will pass the turn here, not casting it to tap down the Morning Patrol. So they sack to cast this? They sack to cast that. So we'll consider, see what we can find, go from there. We've got 2 slashes left, right? Heck yeah, we do. You got my 1-2. You done did killed it. No double spell? All right, let's consider. Yeah. I'll play that card. And a Stolen Vitality. Nifty. 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 6. So we do get to play those Famished Foragers and drop the Seize the Storm. They're just going to take it. Yeah, they've given up again. They've given up, which is very fair. They did somewhat valiantly on a mull to 1, or mull to 4. Sorry, not mull to 1. I'm the one who mulls to 1. So we've got 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got 13 trample coming in. I don't think they're going to be able to do much. Soul Guide Griff. It's fine. So 13 trample in. They're going to 9 here. Plus 1 from the component collector. For that matter. Yeah, in we go. Stolen Vitality trample. Shoot their face. Deal damage. And hey, look at that. 3-0. 3-0. I don't think this format's good. I think there's some imbalance issues. But if you think that Blue-Red Spells is not a good deck, you are wrong. Do what I do. And you will sometimes 3-0. Anyways, as always, you can find me over on twitch.tv/TheManaLeek. I've been loving the streams over there. It's so much fun. Our community is great. That's Wednesday afternoons at 3 p.m. at the moment. We do nothing but best of 3 plus some marble races and chatting and stuff. Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, we do the Hunter Pence Sweatsuit Invitational Tournament. Last night's was amazing. Our deck was nuts. We lost to Hunter in the finals of our pod, just barely. Both of us ended up with nutty decks in our pod. But yeah, go check that out. Patreon.com/TheManaLeek if you want to help out directly. There are some long-time patrons who are massively appreciated in helping keeping this channel going. So yeah, check all that out. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.